I thought I knew my children until the plumber discovered what they were hiding in the basement. The plumber calls me downstairs, his voice shaking. I hurry down, expecting a pipe burst, not the sight of a hidden wooden panel my kids carved into the basement wall. When he pries it open, I see boxes stacked inside with my name on them. My stomach flips. "Ma'am," he says, backing away slowly. "I think you need to see this yourself." I kneel down, pulling the first box toward me. It's heavy, covered in dust, and sealed with old packing tape. My hands tremble as I tear it open. Inside the first box is something that should have never been in my children's possession. My private journals. The ones I lost years ago. My handwriting. My secrets. My trauma. Every painful memory I thought I'd buried forever, sitting here in my own basement. I feel like someone punched all the air out of my lungs. Why would my own children hide these? How did they even get them? I flip through the pages, seeing entries from my darkest days, the divorce, the abuse, the fear. Things I never wanted them to know. Things I protected them from. My vision blurs with tears and confusion. Then the plumber says quietly, "Ma'am, there's something else back here." I crawl deeper into the space behind the panel. Behind the boxes is a locked metal case with my eldest child's initials scratched on top. Even touching it makes me nauseous. The metal is cold, dented, like it's been through something terrible. Why are they hiding things behind a fake wall? What else have they been keeping from me? I try to lift it, but it's too heavy. Whatever's inside rattles slightly, making my skin crawl. The plumber watches me with wide eyes, clearly wanting to leave. I don't blame him. This feels wrong. Everything about this feels deeply, horribly wrong. My mind races with possibilities. Drugs? Weapons? Stolen items? My children are good kids. Or at least I thought they were. Emma is 16, responsible, gets good grades. Tyler is 14, quiet but kind. They've never given me reason to worry. Until now. I hear the front door opening upstairs. Footsteps. Voices. My kids are home. My heart hammers against my ribs. Part of me wants to confront them immediately. Part of me is terrified of what they'll say. I grab the metal case and drag it toward the stairs, my hand shaking so badly I can barely grip it. The plumber follows silently, looking like he regrets ever coming here today. I stand at the bottom of the basement stairs, the metal case at my feet, as Emma and Tyler walk into the kitchen above me. "Mom," Emma calls out. "We're home." My voice catches in my throat. I climb the stairs slowly, each step feeling heavier than the last. When I emerge into the kitchen, both kids freeze. They see my face. They see the dust on my clothes. They know. "What were you doing in the basement?" Tyler asks, his voice too careful, too controlled. I demand answers. They go pale, exchanging glances, but say nothing. The silence feels like betrayal. Why are my journals hidden behind a fake wall? I ask, my voice breaking. Why is there a locked case with your initials on it? Emma's eyes fill with tears. Tyler stares at the floor. The silence stretches so long it becomes suffocating. My youngest finally whispers, "Mom, we didn't want you to know." "Know what?" I practically shout. "What are you hiding from me?" Before they can explain, my phone buzzes on the counter. An unknown number. I almost ignore it, but something makes me answer. "Hello." A trembling voice says, "I think your kids might be in danger, and so might you." Then they hang up. My blood turns to ice. I'm shaking, asking my kids who would call me like that. They refuse to speak. Emma's face has gone completely white. Tyler won't look at me. "Who was that?" I demand. "Tell me right now what's going on." Tyler's mouth opens, closes, opens again. No words come out. Emma takes a step back, like she's preparing to run. "I'm calling the police," I say, reaching for my phone. "No," they both scream at once. The panic in their voices stops me cold. "Please don't," Emma begs. "Just let us explain." "Then explain," I shout. But before anyone can speak, something crashes downstairs. We all freeze. The locked metal case. I left it at the bottom of the stairs. But the sound came from deeper in the basement. The plumber ran out the back door minutes ago, so it's not him. What was that? I whisper. The locked metal case suddenly rattles when I move toward the basement door. Not from me touching it. From something inside. Something moving. My children scream in unison. Don't open it. I stare at them, fear and anger warring inside me. What's in there? Neither answers. Their faces tell me everything I need to know. Whatever's inside that case terrifies them. And now it terrifies me too. The case isn't empty. Something inside shifts with a scraping sound that makes my skin crawl. My fear spirals out of control. The kids shout again. Don't open it. But I'm already moving. I fetch a screwdriver from the kitchen drawer. My hands won't stop shaking. Mom, please. Emma cries, grabbing my arm. I shake her off gently, but firmly. I need to know what's happening in my own house. Tyler blocks the basement door.
You don't understand.
If you open that, everything changes. Everything already has, I say coldly. I push past him and descend the stairs, screwdriver gripped like a weapon. The case sits where I left it, silent now, waiting. I kneel beside it, wedging the screwdriver under the lock. Before I can pry it open, my eldest steps forward in tears. If you open that, you'll never forgive us. My heart aches. What could be that bad? What could my children possibly be hiding that would make me unable to forgive them? Emma's crying so hard, she can barely breathe. Tyler looks like he might be sick. And then the plumber, who I thought had left, interrupts from the far corner of the basement. Ma'am, I found another hidden room. My blood runs cold. We follow the plumber to a door I never knew existed, covered behind an old shelving unit. How did I never notice this? I've lived here for 8 years. The doorknob is warm when I touch it, like someone was just inside. My heart pounds so hard it hurts. The plumber steps back, clearly done with whatever nightmare he's stumbled into. I'm leaving, he mutters. I'll send you the bill. He practically runs up the stairs.
We're alone now.
Me and my children, and this door that shouldn't exist. I turn to Emma and Tyler. What's behind this door? Emma sobs. Tyler closes his eyes. My youngest murmurs, he's going to be mad we showed you. Time stops. My blood runs cold.
Who is he?
They refuse to answer. My hand trembles on the doorknob. Every instinct screams at me to run, to call the police, to get my children out of this house. But I need to know. I need to see what they've been hiding. I twist the knob and push. The door swings open with a soft creak. Inside are blankets, food wrappers, flashlights arranged on a makeshift table, and a photo of me sleeping. The photo is recent. Last week, maybe. Someone took this while I was unconscious in my own bed. The windowless room smells like someone has been living here.
Sweat.
Deodorant.
Fear.
I step inside, my legs barely holding me up. Fresh shoe prints lead to a crawlspace vent in the corner. Someone escaped. Minutes before. Maybe seconds. The blankets are still warm. My children panic behind me, urging me to leave the basement immediately. Mom, please. We need to go upstairs right now. Emma pulls at my arm, but I can't move. I'm frozen, staring at that photo of me sleeping. Someone has been watching me, living in my house, under my own roof, and my children knew. A note lies under a pillow on the makeshift bed. I pick it up with trembling fingers. My name is written across the front in shaky handwriting. I unfold it slowly. The note reads, I didn't mean to scare you. I just wanted to protect them. Protect them? From what? From me? I demand the truth. I spin around to face my children, holding up the note. Who wrote this? Who's been living in my basement? My eldest finally whispers, Mom, he's been staying here since winter. Winter? That was 4 months ago. 4 months someone has been living beneath me while I slept, showered, lived my life thinking I was safe. Who is he? I ask again, my voice deadly quiet. Before they can answer, I hear scratching in the crawl space. We all freeze. The sound is deliberate.
Human. Slow.
A pale hand appears through the vent, fingers splayed against the metal grate. Then it slithers back into darkness. My children scream. I stumble backward, nearly falling. My phone is out, dialing 911 before I can think. The operator answers. 911, what's your emergency? Someone is in my house, I gasp. In the basement. Living there. Please send help. Is anyone injured? No. But are they threatening you right now? They're in the crawl space. Ma'am, unless someone is actively hurting you or has a weapon, we need you to stay calm. An officer will be there when one becomes available. When one becomes available. What? I almost scream. Someone has been living in my house for months. I understand your concern, but without immediate danger, this is low priority. Please lock your doors and wait for an officer to arrive. The line goes dead. My hand shakes so badly, I nearly drop the phone. They claim nothing is urgent unless someone is injured. My youngest suddenly grabs my arm, her face pale as death. Mom, she whispers, we need to tell you something. The man down here, he's not a stranger. My breath catches. What do you mean? Tyler's voice breaks. He's someone you know. They reveal the man is their half-brother, the child my ex-husband hid from me. My breath stops completely. Everything spins. My ex-husband and I divorced 5 years ago after a nightmare marriage. He was controlling, manipulative, and cruel. I fought for custody and won. But a hidden child? How is that possible? His name is Marcus, Emma says through tears. Dad told us about him 2 years ago. Said you knew, but abandoned him. That you'd do the same to us, if we weren't perfect. My stomach turns. This is classic manipulation. My ex has been poisoning my children against me, using a child I never knew existed. Your father has been lying to you, I say, my voice shaking. I never abandoned anyone. I didn't know Marcus existed. We know that now, Tyler whispers. But Marcus doesn't. Dad told him you're dangerous. That you'd throw him away if you found out about him. A loud crash echoes upstairs. We all jump. Someone is in my house. We rush up the stairs, my heart hammering. The kitchen is a disaster. Drawers ransacked. Cupboards open. He's searching for something. My kids beg me not to call the cops, insisting he's just scared. He doesn't understand, Emma pleads. Dad messed with his head. I find muddy footprints leading from the kitchen down the hallway, toward my bedroom, my safe space, my sanctuary. On my bed lies a stack of my old letters, the ones my ex stole during the divorce. Letters I wrote to my lawyer, to my therapist, documenting the abuse. My hidden son has been carrying them as proof that I abandoned him. Proof fabricated by a monster. My hands tremble as I pick up the letters. They're wrinkled, tear-stained, read over and over again. How long has this boy believed these lies? I hear slow, deliberate footsteps behind me. Every muscle in my body locks up. I turn slowly and come face to face with him for the first time.
He's young.
Maybe 17 or 18. Thin, with dark circles under his eyes. He looks like a ghost. He's shaking, terrified, and whispering, I didn't want to hurt you. My heart breaks and my fear spikes at the same time. This is a child. A scared, manipulated child. But he's also a stranger who's been living in my house, watching me sleep. He holds out an object from his pocket. A pocket knife. Not raised threateningly, just trembling in his hand. He told me I'd need this if you tried to make me leave. His voice cracks. He said you'd call the police. That you'd hurt me. His father groomed him into fearing me. Years of lies. Years of poison. I take a slow, careful step forward. Marcus, I say softly. I'm not going to hurt you. He flinches at my voice. You're lying. Everyone lies. Then he collapses, sobbing. My children rush into the room, surrounding their brother. Because that's what he is, their brother. Emma wraps her arms around him while he cries. Tyler kneels beside him, whispering reassurances. I stand frozen, watching this scene unfold. My children admit their father has been visiting secretly, filling their heads with lies to poison them against me. Coming through the basement window late at night, telling them I'd abandon them like I supposedly abandoned Marcus. My world spins. I thought we escaped him years ago. The restraining order should have kept him away. But he found a way. He always finds a way. Outside, a car pulls into the driveway. I look out the window, and my blood turns to ice. It's him. My ex-husband storms in through the front door, like he owns the place.
Where is he? He demands.
His voice makes my skin crawl. All the fear from our marriage comes rushing back. The air thickens with danger. He sees Marcus on the floor and tries to drag the boy up by his arm. Get up. We're leaving. I step between them without thinking. You're not taking him anywhere. My ex's face twists with rage. You don't get to decide that. He's mine. He's a person, not property, I say, my voice steady despite my shaking hands. His hand raises toward me, just like it did so many times before. But this time, I'm ready. This time I won't back down. My hidden son pulls the pocket knife, defending me. Don't touch her. Marcus shouts, his voice raw. My ex explodes, screaming accusations. You ungrateful little. Emma and Tyler move to my side, forming a barrier. The children cry. The situation feels seconds from tragedy. My ex lunges forward but stops when Marcus raises the knife higher. I said don't touch her. Then police sirens wail outside. Someone called them. Maybe a neighbor heard the shouting. Relief floods through me so intensely, I nearly collapse. 2 officers burst through the door, taking in the scene. My ex immediately shifts, his face transforming into a mask of concern. Officers, thank God you're here. My ex-wife has been keeping my son prisoner. The lie is so smooth it's terrifying. But Marcus speaks up. That's not true. His voice shakes but grows stronger with each word. He's been lying to me for years, making me hide, making me hate her. The police separate everyone. 1 officer takes my ex outside. Another sits with Marcus, gently asking him to put down the knife. He does, hands trembling. The hidden son confesses everything, how their father brainwashed him, made him spy on me, told him I was dangerous. The officers' expressions harden as they listen. They arrest my ex for trespassing, endangerment, and years of psychological manipulation. As they lead him away in handcuffs, he looks back at me with pure hatred. But I don't flinch. Not anymore. The house feels different after the police leave. Quieter. Heavier. Marcus sits on the couch, staring at his hands. Emma and Tyler sit on either side of him, like they're afraid he'll disappear. I make tea with shaking hands. We sit together, finally talking, really talking. He reveals horrifying stories of the emotional abuse he endured. How his father kept him isolated, told him his mother didn't want him, that I was the reason he couldn't have a normal life. My guilt buries me, even though I never knew he existed. I should have seen the signs. Should have known my ex was capable of this. I'm sorry, I whisper. I'm so sorry you went through that. Marcus looks at me with red-rimmed eyes. It's not your fault. I know that now. But the damage is done. Years of lies don't disappear overnight. The boy asks hesitantly, can I stay here if you still want me? The question breaks my heart. Want him? He's my children's brother. He's a victim of the same man who terrorized me. Of course you can stay, I say firmly. For as long as you need. Emma squeezes his hand. Tyler nods. And for the first time since this nightmare began, something feels right. We're broken. All of us. But maybe we can heal together. Therapists, social workers, police reports. The next few weeks become a whirlwind. My younger children struggle with their own guilt for hiding Marcus. They thought they were protecting him. Thought if I found out, I'd react the way their father said I would. I reassure them over and over that they did their best in an impossible situation. But inside, I'm breaking. How did I miss this? How did I not see my children carrying this burden? Marcus starts therapy immediately. The therapist is gentle, experienced with trauma cases. She says it will take time. Maybe years. But he's young. He can heal. One afternoon, she hands me a sealed letter. Marcus wrote this for you, she says. He wanted you to read it alone. I take it home, waiting until the house is quiet before opening it. My hands shake as I unfold the paper. It's from my hidden son. He writes that he's never felt safe anywhere until now. He apologizes for the fear he caused, for hiding in my basement, for believing his father's lies. He says he hopes I can someday see him as one of the family. I cry harder than I ever have. Tears I've been holding back for weeks pour out. Grief for the childhood he lost. Anger at my ex for causing this pain. Relief that we found each other before it was too late. I hear footsteps in the hallway. Marcus walks into the room, waiting for my answer. I hug him, the kind of hug that heals and promises. At first he stiffens. He's not used to affection without conditions. But slowly, carefully, his arms wrap around me. My children form a circle around him. Emma, Tyler, and now Marcus. 3 instead of 2. For the first time, he smiles. Not scared, but hopeful. And, in that moment, something shifts. We're not just survivors of the same abuser anymore. We're a family. The basement, once a symbol of secrets and manipulation, becomes the place where truth cracked open and saved us. We clean it out together, taking down the false panel, removing the hidden room, sealing the crawl space, making it normal again. Marcus helps, working quietly but determinedly. This is therapeutic for him, Emma's therapist says. Reclaiming the space. Turning horror into healing. As we work, Marcus starts to open up. Small stories at first, then bigger ones. He tells us about the years of isolation, the constant fear, the confusion of loving a father who hurt him. Tyler listens with tears in his eyes. Emma holds Marcus's hand, and I realize we're all learning together. Learning what real family means. Learning that love isn't control. It's freedom. It's safety. It's truth. Court dates fill our calendar. Restraining orders. Custody hearings. My ex fights everything, trying to maintain control even from behind bars. But the evidence is overwhelming. The hidden room. The journals. Marcus's testimony. Even the plumber, the poor man who discovered this nightmare, gives a statement. The judge listens to everything with a grave expression. When Marcus takes the stand, his voice shakes but doesn't break. He tells the truth. All of it. My ex's lawyer tries to discredit him, calling him unstable, confused. But Marcus doesn't back down. I know what happened to me, he says firmly. And I know who's responsible. The judge rules in our favor. Full custody of Marcus to me. Permanent restraining order against my ex-supervised visitation only for Emma and Tyler, if they choose. They don't choose. Neither of them wants to see their father. I can't blame them. That night, we celebrate quietly. Pizza and movies. Marcus sits between his siblings, slowly relaxing into the normalcy. He laughs at something in the movie. A real, genuine laugh. Emma catches my eye and smiles. We've come so far, but we still have far to go. Months pass. Spring turns to summer. The house feels lighter somehow. Marcus starts online school, catching up on years of missed education. He's smart, much smarter than he gives himself credit for. Emma teaches him to drive. Tyler gets him into video games. They bond over shared trauma and shared hope. Watching them together makes my heart ache in the best way. These are my children. All 3 of them. The community slowly learns our story. Some people stare. Some whisper. But many reach out with support, offering help, sharing their own experiences with abuse and manipulation. I start a support group for parents dealing with parental alienation. Marcus sometimes speaks at meetings, sharing his perspective. He's shy at first, but grows bolder each time. He wants to help others, wants his suffering to mean something. I'm so proud of him. Of all of them. One evening, Marcus approaches me nervously. Can I call you Mom? He asks. I know you didn't raise me, but you're more of a mother than anyone I've ever known. I pull him into a hug, tears streaming down my face. I'd be honored. From that day forward, I have 3 children. Not 2. 3. The number I was always meant to have, even if I didn't know it. Emma graduates high school. The whole family attends, me, Tyler, and Marcus. We cheer loudly when her name is called, embarrassing her in the best way. At the ceremony, she dedicates her speech to second chances, to families that form in unexpected ways, to the power of truth over lies. I cry through the entire thing. Afterward, we take photos. Hundreds of photos. Our first official family pictures with all of us together. Marcus smiles in every single one. That night, Emma pulls me aside. "Thank you for not giving up on us," she says. "Even when we hid things. Even when we protected him instead of telling you. You were trying to save your brother," I say. "That's not something to apologize for." She hugs me tight. "I love you, Mom." "I love you too, sweetheart." Tyler starts therapy around this time. He's carried guilt for months, feeling responsible for not telling me sooner. His therapist helps him understand he was a child in an impossible situation. It's not his fault. None of this is his fault. Slowly, he starts to believe it. One afternoon, he asks if we can visit the basement together. "I need to see it's really gone," he explains. We go down together. The space is clean now.
Bright.
Normal. No hidden panels. No secret rooms. Just a regular basement. "It's really over," Tyler whispers. "Yes," I say. "It's really over." Marcus's 18th birthday arrives. He's nervous all day, picking at his food, barely speaking. That evening, we have a small party. Just us. Emma bakes a cake, lopsided but made with love. Tyler picks out decorations. I wrap his gifts carefully, hoping he'll like them. When we sing Happy Birthday, Marcus cries. "I never had a birthday party before," he admits. "Dad said they were stupid." My heart breaks all over again. How many moments like this did he miss? How many normal childhood experiences were stolen from him? But we're here now, and we'll make new memories. Better ones. He opens his gifts.
Books. Clothes.
A laptop for school. When he unwraps the last one, a framed photo of the 4 of us, he completely breaks down. "I never thought I'd have this," he sobs. "A real family. You always deserved this," I tell him firmly. Always. That night, after the kids go to bed, I sit alone in the quiet house. I think about the plumber who discovered the panel. The moment everything changed. If he hadn't found it, how long would Marcus have stayed hidden? How long would my ex's manipulation have continued? Sometimes the worst moments lead to the best outcomes. I thought I knew my children, thought I understood everything about them. But discovering what they were hiding in the basement gave me something I never expected. Another child, another chance, another piece of my heart I didn't know was missing. A year passes. Then 2. Life develops a rhythm.
School.
Therapy. Family dinners. Game nights. Normal, beautiful, boring life. Marcus thrives. He gets his GED. Applies to college. Gets accepted. His first day, I drive him to campus, helping him move into the dorms. "Are you sure you're ready?" I ask, suddenly worried. He laughs. "Mom, I've been ready for this my whole life." He calls me Mom naturally now, like it's always been that way. Maybe in some sense it has. Emma visits on weekends from her college 2 hours away. Tyler prepares for his own college applications. The house will be empty soon. But instead of sadness, I feel pride. They're all moving forward.
Healing.
Growing. Living the lives they deserve. One evening, Emma, Tyler, and Marcus sit me down. "We have something to show you," Emma says mysteriously. They hand me a book. I open it slowly. Inside are pages and pages of their story, written by all 3 of them. Their perspectives on everything that happened. The fear, the hope, the healing. "We want to publish it," Marcus explains, "to help other kids who might be going through similar situations." I read through tears. Their words are raw, honest, powerful. "This is incredible," I whisper. The book publishes the following year. It becomes a bestseller. They do interviews, speaking engagements, podcast appearances. Their story touches thousands of people, helps countless families. My ex serves his sentence, but his influence lingers. Even from prison, he tries to manipulate the kids through letters. They stop reading them eventually, learning to set boundaries, learning that they don't owe him anything. One day, Marcus receives a letter from his father. He brings it to me unopened. I don't want to read it alone, he admits. We sit together. He opens it slowly. The letter is full of the usual manipulation. Apologies that aren't really apologies. Blame disguised as remorse. Attempts to rewrite history. Marcus reads it once, then tears it up. I'm done letting him control my story, he says firmly. I've never been prouder. Later that week, we have a ceremonial burning. All the letters, all the lies. We burn them in the backyard fire pit, watching the words turn to ash. We're free, Emma says softly. Finally free, Tyler agrees. Marcus stares into the flames, then looks at me. Thank you for not giving up on me. Even when I was scary. Even when you didn't know what to do. You were never scary, I tell him. You were hurt. There's a difference. He nods, understanding. The fire burns late into the night. When the last ember dies, we go inside together. A family.
Whole.
Years later, Emma gets married. The wedding is small, intimate, perfect. She asks Marcus to walk her down the aisle with me. You're both my parents, she says. You both saved me. Marcus cries.
So do I.
At the reception, he gives a speech. About family. About second chances. About how the people who hurt you don't get to define you. There isn't a dry eye in the room. Tyler catches the bouquet. Everyone laughs. Marcus catches the garter. He's dating someone now. A kind person who knows his story and loves him anyway. Life has moved forward. But we haven't forgotten where we came from. The basement still exists. We use it for storage now. Sometimes I go down there, remembering that day the plumber called me down. The day everything changed. I don't regret it. Not for a second. That hidden panel revealed more than secrets. It revealed the truth. And truth, no matter how painful, is always better than comfortable lies. My children taught me that. All three of them. Marcus graduates college with honors. The whole family attends. When he walks across the stage, we cheer so loudly security almost asks us to leave. At dinner afterward, he makes an announcement. I'm going into social work, he says. I want to help kids like me.
Kids who are trapped.
My heart swells with pride. From victim to survivor to helper. That's the journey he's taken. That's the journey we've all taken. Years of therapy have taught us that healing isn't linear. Some days are hard. Anniversaries of painful events. Triggers that appear from nowhere. But we face them together. We've learned that family isn't just blood. It's choice. It's showing up. It's telling the truth even when it's terrifying. Emma has a daughter now. My first grandchild. When I hold her, I make a silent promise. She'll never experience what we went through. She'll grow up knowing she's loved.
Safe.
Wanted. Marcus is amazing with her. Patient, gentle, attentive. Watching him with her heals something in me I didn't know was broken. He deserved this gentleness as a child. Now he gives it freely. Tyler gets engaged. Marcus is his best man. Their bond is unbreakable now. Brothers in every sense that matters. The years pile up.
5, 10.
The trauma becomes part of our story, but not the whole story. We're defined by how we healed, not how we were hurt. Sometimes I think about my ex wondering if he ever understood the damage he caused. If he ever felt remorse. Then I remember it doesn't matter. His opinions stopped matching the day I chose my children over his lies. Marcus sometimes struggles with complicated feelings about his father. Love and hate tangled together. His therapist says that's normal. You can grieve the parent you deserved while accepting the reality of the parent you had.
He's working on it.
We all are. One evening, all three kids come over for dinner. They're adults now. Marcus is 30. Emma is 32. Tyler is 28. But when they're home, they're still my babies. We laugh over old stories. Remember the hard times with perspective. Celebrate how far we've come. Marcus brings up the basement. Do you remember the day the plumber found the panel? I nod. Every detail. I was so scared, he admits. I thought you'd hate me. I could never hate you. I say firmly, never. He smiles. I know that now. That's all any of us can ask for. To know we're loved. To feel safe. To have a place to belong. Looking back, I realized that day in the basement was a gift. A terrible, frightening, necessary gift. It ripped apart the lies. Exposed the manipulation. Forced the truth into the light. And in doing so, it saved us. All of us. My children learned they could trust me with hard truths. I learned they were stronger than I ever imagined. Marcus learned what real family looks like. We all learned that love doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up.
Trying.
Forgiving. Growing. The basement is just a basement now. But sometimes I stand at the top of those stairs and remember. The hidden panel. The journals. The locked case. The secret room. The photo of me sleeping. The note. The pale hand in the vent. The moment I met my hidden son. Every terrifying second. And I whisper, thank you. Because that horror gave me my family. All of it.
Complete.
The life I have now is built on the rubble of that discovery. And I wouldn't change a single thing. As I stand there, Marcus calls from upstairs. Mom, you coming? Dinner's ready. I smile. My 3 children. My grandchild. My whole, beautiful, complicated family. I thought I knew my children. But I never expected discovering what they hid in the basement would give me another one. And that gift, that unexpected, frightening, perfect gift, saved us all.